Hi, here we are Wednesday again. First of all, it's happy birthday to us. This is our 52nd YouTube, so we've been doing this a year already. Boy, how time goes when you're having fun. Alrighty, I want to do a couple of follow-up questions from last week with people on life support. More than one asked, if you come into a room and the person is on life support and their spirit is not outside of their body, what does that mean? If they are still technically brain dead, which is the only way I would go to the hospital anyway, then two things. Either their spirit is still in their body and they haven't come out yet, or they're out flitting around looking at people in the hospital. I have no way of knowing. And when that happens, I cannot give the family an answer as to what the person wants because they're not there for me to ask. Doesn't happen too often. Maybe 3 or 4 times it's happened since I've been doing this. Everything looked the same, everything sounded the same, everything smelled the same, but the spirit was not there. And the next question was, how do people get hold of me if they want me to come to do this? Leave a message on my voicemail, and if I am in town, I will get back to you within 24 hours. That's the same way it works for a funeral that you want me to attend. If I am in town, I will definitely get back to you within 24 hours. Another question is, and somebody wanted to know, my cousin, I wish I had known you because when my cousin was on life support, I would have liked to have talked to her. Sorry, I wouldn't have come even if it was your cousin. This has to be asked by an immediate family member, a husband, a wife, a child. It cannot be somebody, even though you're a relative, you're not an immediate close family relative. And then this was funny. Last week, apparently, behind me there was a bunch of flashing lights and people thought they were orbs or ghosts, or nope. It was just the sun through the picture window. That's all it was. So we're good. First question. This is from LA, and she wants to know if I know anything about smudge sprays. She lives in a large multi-unit apartment building in Los Angeles. Smoke detectors, and they would go off, and I would get into big trouble from the management and my neighbors with that. She said she's heard of smudge sprays. Have I ever used them? And what do I think of them? I'm a firm believer in the smudge stick and the smoke. I think that's probably more than half of it, the smoke. And you don't get that with a spray. I know some people that are in apartments have taken the batteries out of their smoke detectors while they're smudging. And if that's possible, you may want to do that, because living in an apartment building, I'm sure you have stuff in and out all the time. And that's just the nature of the beast when you have a lot of people living underneath a common roof. The other thing is it possible that my insomnia is from having spirits in my house? They can keep you awake at night. And even though you are probably have total energy drain from whatever in your house, you're laying there and your body's totally exhausted, but your mind won't stop going. Yes, they can absolutely do that. I would almost suggest, especially for sleeping, that you go to my website and get a dream bag and put it under your pillow. There's other things in that dream bag beside mugwort to help you remember your dreams that promote sleeping. Plus there's a quince seed inside that, so if there is a spirit in the house, it will not be able to get close to you while you're sleeping. And that might be a really good thing. Okay, this one is from Andrea in Missouri. 10 pages. I love it. I love it. We are not answering all the questions this week just from her, but we will go through some of them. Now, she wants to know, have you ever been to any famous haunted places like the Knickerbocker Hotel, Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel, the Stanley Hotel? I have. And the problem is this: what I see in these places is not what typical Ghostbusters see when they go in, and it's being videoed. But yes, I have been, not in the Knickerbocker, but I've been in the Hollywood Roosevelt. And the Stanley Hotel, I almost did a show from there actually, but it got canceled for some reason. And the same thing with the Queen Mary. We were actually supposed to do, well, actually one of the Ghost Whisperer shows was done on the Queen Mary. But I personally have never been on it. Second, have you ever come across any famous earthbound spirits like Marilyn Monroe, Lucille Ball, Bugsy Siegel? She goes on naming some. Some of them I wish I had. I did run across in the studios when Ghost Whisperer was being produced, Miss Barbara Stanwyck. And I was so shocked when I came around the corner and she was standing there, and I couldn't remember her name. I looked at her and I said to the cameraman, because we were doing a piece, and I looked at the cameraman and I says, oh my gosh, there's Victoria Barkley, because I could not remember Barbara Stanwyck. But she's a feisty little gal, let me tell you, a little bitty thing. And I actually had to convince her to cross into the light, but she did. I ran into Myrna Loy. I ran into a lot of old-time actors and actresses that sometimes if I said their name, some people knew who they were, some people did not. Do spirits ever track me down to get help to cross over? There was a DEA agent that had been under cover working with some bad drug cartel, and they found out about him and they killed him. So he did come to me in the middle of the night to get hold of his partner so they could get his body. So that's happened once or twice, not very often. How far will you travel to clear a home? I've been all over, but the expense to bring me in and out of wherever you live is yours. So that really holds it up sometimes. Sometimes people will, out of state, will get like 5 or 6 people together that have a problem and bring me in that way to share the expense. And do you ever wish you never had your gift? This time of the year, that phone has not stopped ringing because it is Halloween. And so even though people think about this time of the year, it goes on all year long. And I can be having supper or washing the dishes or trying to fold a load of clothes, and that phone is ringing and ringing and ringing. So there are days where I don't hate the job, I don't hate anything or anybody, but I really dislike the phone some days. This Sunday, I will be in Lake County if you're in this area at the Historical Society there doing a program. That's on the 20th. On Sunday, the 27th, I will be at Carrie Sereno's in North Royalton. Again, if you're in the area, please, come and hear the program. It's wonderful. And if you are signed up for YouTube, thank you so very much for signing up. If you are not signed up, will you please sign up? I really need to get people signed up on this. And if you are signed up, convince somebody else to sign up, please. I would really like to get more people signed up on this thing. The other thing and the last thing is next week we will be talking about tarot cards and runes and anything that a lot of different people use. And And it's not bad, it's good. But there's some good information there that you probably really need to know. So have a great week, and I will talk to you next Wednesday. Bye-bye.